This conference will now be recorded.
Sacar contenido que nada más tenemos con la movida, vamos con
Hello everyone. So welcome again to this new session. So let me pull the attendance sheet and we will start with attendance. Okay, so I have attendance in front of me now. So do we have Farwa here?
Yes.
Okay, thank you Farwa. And Zuhair?
Yes, I'm still here.
Okay, Zuhair, thank you. Josna? Okay. And Kruti? Kruti may be having some problem with network. Okay, Kruti, I can see you here. And Kevin?
Yeah, I'm here.
Uh, Kevin, are you able to hear me?
Yeah,
Okay,
can you hear me?
sure. Thank you. And Ehteshimuddin Mohammed?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, thank you. And Sravani?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Sravani. And then Priyanka?
I'm here.
Thank you, Priyanka. And Chinmay?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, thank you, Chinmay. Manu?
Yep, I'm here.
Thank you, Manu.
Thanks.
And then Upama?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, great. Thank you, Upama. And then Mahmudul Hassan?
Yes, I am listening.
Okay, thank you, Mahmudul. And then Jarges? I think. Jarges, are you able to hear me? Okay, I got chipping. Right. Okay, thank you, Jarges. So it's all. So, Upama, I got your email and you asked me to upload to your GitHub. So, Upama, that would be, very, very time consuming for me. So instead, what I'm doing is I am putting everything, all the document that used to share with everyone in the Google Drive, and then I used to share the access for those. So what you can do is you can just download and upload to your GitHub repo.
Oh, okay, I can do that. Yeah.
Yeah. And yesterday I already shared the Git documents. Uh, I think that you should have been got the access to that.
Okay, let me check.
Hey, so I, I thought. I mean, I think I didn't answer when you asked for the attendance. I was a little late to log in.
No problem, judges. I already marked your attendance.
Thank you so much.
Sure, ma'am. Thank you. And then one thing I want to share with you, everyone. Like now, this is our I think the sixth session. So just give me. So yeah. So now please start uploading your assignment. So assignment would be whatever we are practicing, whatever we are doing. Whenever you practice, just take a screenshot of it and upload it to your GitHub repo. What you can do is you just create the folders there, like for Linux, for Git, for Jenkins, for AWS, then for Ansible, Terraform, Docker, Kubernetes, Azure. So you just create the folders there and then upload the screenshot. And screenshot again would be same for whatever you're doing as a practice on your session on your terminal. So that would be fine for me. And I am preparing the few of the other assignments also. I will share with you those, and then you can create a different folder for that, and then create the assignment for that also. So please start doing that one. And I'm going to share your GitHub repos with the training team, and they will start looking there. So this is one thing. Second, let's start with the blockers and any question that you would be having. So any one of you, if you have any question, please ask me. Okay, so let me do one thing. Let me start creating the uh, notes for today's session, and in the meantime, what you can do is you can quickly start with I mean, you can think of any question, and in the meantime, I will just spin up three boxes. So this is my personal account, and I have purchased one domain also, which you do not require for now. And I am going to host my very soon. I'm going to host my website on that. So going to the instances.
I can't see the screen.
Oh, I'm sorry, I missed that. Okay, so you can see here now. This is my personal AWS account, and I'm going to launch instance. Now, guys, setting the agenda for today and tomorrow, we are going to start with the Jenkins, and Jenkins is a continuous integration tool. I will tell you in detail about it after I create this instance. So in Jenkins, we'll cover first of all, you know, setup of the Jenkins, how you can quickly set it up, and then we'll use one of the online Java project to build the application, and I'll show you how you can quickly build your application. Then after building the application, so by default it will build on the master. It means that wherever we have installed the Jenkins, it will build on the same machine, but we do not require that. because in the real time in the organizations, we used to have the different slave machines for the Jenkins where your build would be running, because we do not want to touch Jenkins. So it's like, we will set up the Jenkins instance, and then we will just simply, we'll configure them in such a way where whenever you build the trigger, or whenever you build your job, so it will be running in the slave machines only, not on the master. And this is what we want. So this is one thing. Second, I will also show you whenever we will be covering the Docker, I will show you how you can make it possible that your build would be running inside the container and not inside any slave machine. It would not be like, you have to uh, create a dedicated slave server, and you can be able to create a container quickly for your build, and then once build is done, the container will be gone. So we'll cover all those things, but for now, let me first create 3 instances, and then I will create I will tell you about the continuous integration tool, which is Jenkins, and then we will set up the slave machine. I will set up a quick Java project on it. Okay. So, okay, so configure instance details. 3 I require. This default is good. No preference. Enable. Apart from it, it's okay. I would say 10 GB or 8 GB is also a bit. It's a simple project. Here I would select the existing security group, which is this one, and here all the ports are open. I'm fine with this one, though it will give me warning in the next step, but I'm fine. So yeah, this is the warning it gives, but I know this warning, so I'm good, no problem. Launch AWS key, I have this. I'm choosing the existing key pair, launch instances. So now it is spinning up 3 instances for me. Is creating 3 instances here, you can see. So what I will do is I will install Jenkins on one machine, and I will use the other 2 machines for the Jenkins slave. Now coming back to the Jenkins, so to set up the pipeline, now the pipeline would be like, whenever the developer uh, you know codes something, they build it on their locals first, so just to check the functionality whatever they are coding. So let's suppose it's a Java project, they build it on their local, and the application is working with the required change on their local. Now what they do is when they deploy their code on the QA machine, it starts failing at times. So there is a saying that, the code, uh, it works on my machine, but not on the other machine. So QA generally have this problem, like, it works on the dev's machine but not on the QA machine. So what, as a solution, what we can do is we can set up one machine with all the required dependencies. We'll sit together with the QAs to understand what dependencies they require on the machine. Then what we can do is we can, deploy our code on that machine, build it there so that, QA will do their own testing. And then after the creation of the artifacts, after the deployment, after the QA team does their testing, if we are good to go ahead to deploy it in the production, what we can do is we can save that artifact in the maybe artifact tree or maybe Nexus, and then we can deploy it from there. So this is a pipeline. Now what we are doing here is we are setting up a CI and CD pipeline. So CI is a continuous integration, CD is the continuous deployment. So as part of the continuous integration, we need to have one mechanism which will build everything, not just the application. It will run the unit test. It will then deploy the the change, the artifact, and then the testing, the detailed testing, regression, and the performance testing would be done. And then if it's safe and sound, we can go ahead to deploy it on the target machines. So this is a pipeline along with the monitoring. It's very important part. So along with the monitoring, so we are setting up in a one pipeline so that nobody required to come in between to maybe to just build the application, then to operation will deploy it, and then DB will take care of DB deployment. So there is none who will be required to do any of the tasks, because now we are automating all the processes. Now the first step is CI, where it will take care of building, like whatever I said. So there needs to be some tool which will do it. So Jenkins is a kind of Java based application which will work for you as a kind of functionality which will integrate different application, different softwares through the power of the plugin. And you can, like for an example, if you want to integrate with the Bitbucket, there's a plugin. If you want to integrate with the GitHub, so you need to enable the plugin, include the plugin, and then you can be able to integrate the source code repository, source code management system. Same with the other like if you want the SonarQube plugins, we have the SonarQube plugins also. HP45 for application for scanning of your application for any application vulnerability. And then we have other tools also. Maybe if you want deployment from there, so we have the other deployments tool. So all of them, if there is any CI tool which can be able to take care, so one of them is the Jenkins. Second is the Bamboo. Bamboo is the licensed tool, so we do not, and Jenkins provides much better functionality. So every other company is using at present, they are using Jenkins as their CI, continuous integration tool. So we will give more stress on the Jenkins, and we will understand each and every aspect of it, like installation, and then setting up of a job, and then setting up of the slaves, and then building the application on the slaves. So now you can see on my screen that all the now before I move forward, any question from you guys? Okay, so now let me first change the tags here so that it would be more understandable. So I would say it is slave 01, and this is slave 02. Why it is not moving to the right side? Okay, no problem. So we have Jenkins master, or let me call it Jenkins master instead. So where I have installed the Jenkins instance itself, where Jenkins is running. So this is Jenkins master, and now I can go ahead to log in on this machine.
I have a question.
Great, yeah.
Do we need 3 instances right now?
Now it is just for practice. You can create one only. I have taken 3 just to show you, if one build is running, if you want to trigger the second build, so it will take the next available agent and it will start running on it.
Oh,
That's
okay.
why I've taken 3. But you can take one also. Once I've gone through this practical, then you can take one also. So one Jenkins master and one Jenkins slave. Okay. Let me open a new tab. Here, CD to, sorry, DevOps and batch 5. Yeah. So I have this AWS key with me, so SSH-I, it's again in the downloads only, AWS key pem. User would be the same, easy to user, and then IP. Yes. Okay, so I am in my EC2 instance. Now to set up the Jenkins, we have a Jenkins.io website from where you can download the instructions. I mean, you can go through the instructions. So it is Jenkins.io download. I would click on this download. Okay, now go down. You will find Red Hat Fedora CentOS. I will just click on it only. It has some instructions. We have to go through these instructions, so I'll let you know what it is asking, what it's saying. So guys, some time back I have told you about the repositories where you can configure your repository. If you want to install any application, so you can configure the repository for it, update the packages, and then whenever you install that package, it will always refer the same package. So for an example, if I just run this command now, sudo yum install Jenkins, it will let me know, it will tell me that Jenkins package not available. Now to and the benefit of installing it this way is that it will handle all the required packages on its own. It will, when I say it will, it means that the my Linux shell, it will automatically manage and arrange all the packages. So let's say if I when one once I have installed any application, it is very easy for me to remove it also through the same command, yum remove Jenkins. But if you are installing it the other way, like first downloading the war file and then installing it through the RPM package is a bit different way. Removal would be a lengthy process, and in this case yum install, the removal and the upgradation, it's very easy process. So now it's showing no packages. I then for to resolve this one, I will configure the repository. Configuring the repository again, like I can show you here, we have repositories in this location, yum.repos.d. Currently we have only two. I'm going to configure or create one more repo for Jenkins. Awesome. Now I can show you the same. Now we have the third one, a Jenkins repo. Okay, I will configure the key also, and then now if when I give the same command to install it, it would be easy. Yeah. So now you can see that the Jenkins is installed. Now there is one prerequisite for running the Jenkins on any machine, which is the Java JDK. So you need to install the Java JDK on your machine, and it's very simple. Again, I will share the steps with you. Somewhere I have already. Okay. So I have opened that page. That was very handy for me to install the Java JDK. Okay. So no problem. So we will install Java JDK, and let me check. Let us do it from here only for now. Sudo yum install. Okay, so I will come here again and I will install the Java JDK. Okay, Java hyphen version. Sorry, Java hyphen version. I can check the version of it. Why I'll give Java is installed now. I can check it like giving this command. Java virtual machine file accession. Okay. Okay, so open JDK version is this one now. So now what next I will do is, first of all I will check the status of Jenkins sudo systemctl sorry, status Jenkins, it's inactive. I will start the service. So again guys, there are two ways to start the service. Either you can go do it through the systemctl, which I'm doing, or you can go to the /etc/init.d, and there would be a a service for Jenkins. You can start it from there also, like in init.d Jenkins start. So it started. I can show you the status of it again. It's there now. Always remember that the default port for Jenkins is always 8080. So that means that now it's running in Jenkins is listening and running on port 8080. Let's go to our browser to access Jenkins. It's simple. Give the IP 8080. So for this one we need to take this path to fetch the password for which we have to give here. So it would be sudo, then okay, okay, here we have the password. Copy it, you have to give it here, and then install suggested plugins. Yeah, it will take a couple of minutes and it will install all the suggested plugins. We can just retry it. Guys, just give me a moment. Okay, so now we can give the username. Defining username, you can give like admin, password as admin, confirm password, admin, full name, email is this, save and continue. And then yes, save and finish. Start using Jenkins. Okay, so now we have this Jenkins up and running. So it's a Java based application. Now when we move forward, you will see the power of Jenkins, how you can be able to integrate different applications with it, and how you can be able to create pipeline. So it's all good till now. So I'm going to create a quick job. So it's simple, like create new jobs or new item. You can either anyway just click. I can say here like test Java project, freestyle project. Let's take this example. So I have a online test job, which is this one. Uh, what was that? Yeah, github.com. Let me take it from here. This one. Okay, so this is the sample Java project. So I can just quickly take copy this project. Uh, we will configure and test multi-module Java project. Okay, that's fine. So now coming down, Git is here. I will click on Git. I'll give the repository here. That's fine. It's giving this error no matter, because this will run without any credential also. And I'm fetching out from the master, checking out from the master only. That's fine. And then so it's good for now. I am just saving it, and I'm going to trigger the build. So let us see what will happen. So let me tell you what will happen is that this Java project will start when I'll click on build now. It will start, and then it will check out the code from this repository. From this repository, it will check out all this code on my Jenkins master, and then it will just stop there. And coming here, I can show you that the default directory the Jenkins have created is here only. cd to warlib Jenkins. Yeah. So this is the default directory which it had created. How you can be able to know this default directory, or remember, you can go here in Jenkins, right? Go to the manage plugins. Okay. Go to the configure system. Here you will see the default directory, and you can set it from there also. If you do not require warlib Jenkins as the default, you can set any other also. So for its home directory, you can set it up like any other also instead of warlib Jenkins. And then these are the different properties which we can set it up. We'll come to it. For now, let's go here, test Java project. Let me build it. It failed. So it failed because we do not have Git on the machine. That's why it had failed. Cloning error, cloning remote repo origin, could not init. Cannot run the program git. Yeah, same problem. So if I come here and if I run the command git -- version, git command not found, you can see. So I can quickly set up the git sudo yum install git Yes. Okay. So now if I again run the same project, it will run fine now. Build now. And one thing I also wanted to show you is if you go inside the workspace directory where this is building, you will find this one project here. It succeeded now, which means that I can go inside this test project and I will see all the components here. So it checked out everything from that repository here. So now I'm going to build this application quickly. So currently, if you notice that it is building on the same server machine on the same uh, Jenkins master machine, which I do not require. I want it to be running on the slave machine, which I've created here. Two slave machines I've created. I want it to be run here. But let me show you how you can be able to build this complete project. For that one, let me configure a few more steps for it. And first of all, I need to go to the Jenkins and manage Jenkins and then global tool configuration here. So I would say uh, yeah, this one, Maven, add Maven. Here I can give any random name, Maven 3. I'm going to install the Maven 3.6.3, so I've given Maven 3 here. Okay, and install automatically is the option that you can choose. Install automatically, save it. Because it's a Java project, so it will require Maven to build the form.xml. So now Maven is here. I can go back to my project, test Java project, configure, and inside here I can add one more step, which is the build step. Invoke top level Maven targets here. So I will get this option because I configured it in the global tool configuration Maven 3, and then I will give the goals or the targets as clean. So the guys here, the candidates here who are working on the Java project, it's a pretty much familiar term, Maven clean install or clean package or clean verify. So I'm just building this application and installing the package in the M2 directory. Simple. I will apply it and save it. Build now. So it is building now. You can see that it picked the Maven. It have quickly configured the Maven and then it's building. It's building because it picked the Maven successfully. That's why it's going forward. So now okay, it will take some time. In the meantime, it will build. Let me just go here. This is the first machine. Copy the IP. Okay. Now, guys, see it very carefully because you will. It's not exaggerating. I'm not exaggerating anything about me. So you will very less you will get this from anyone. Like they will not tell you how to configure the nodes successfully and how to configure the nodes through the Docker. So I'm adding it because why I'm adding it in my sessions is because I just sometime back I have helped one of the candidate and he was on the senior level. He joined as a senior guy, and the first thing he have been given is to configure the slave machine so that in a fashion where the build will start automatically on the idle job on the idle node. So this is the first thing he got. Second, he got the task on create on the Docker. So then they require that okay, we do not require any instance that would be there all the time for the as a Jenkins slave, whether job is running or not, that would be occupied. So what we want is the build should run inside the container should be started up, and then after the build the container should be deleted, so that not all the resources would be consumed or occupied. So I have helped him, and then he was able to create the complete automation, complete pipeline. So this is the reason I added this here. Okay, it built successfully, which means if I go back here, now you can see the change here. If I do ls-l now, you will find the target folder now, and you will find few more things inside the web. So I can show you here is cd inside the game of life web. Here there will be a folder. There's a target folder here, this one. I will go inside the target, and now you can see that here we have game of life.var. So it created the game of life var .var. Now I can I can deploy this var file to the target machine where my Apache is running, and then Apache will make this application up and running. I will show you that one also. We'll set up one Apache and I will deploy this application there, and this application would be up and running. So this is about the building the application on the master, which I do not require definitely. So I'm going to set up one slave machine. For that one, I have to go to the Jenkins, or simply, you can click on Jenkins, manage Jenkins, come to the nodes. There's a section for manage nodes here, where you can see in this section there is already a master node. I require few other also. The node name is I can give any like Jenkins slave 01 permanent agent. Okay, so I need to give the remote directory, root directory, so I can take it as again the same warlib Jenkins, or I can take it like, okay, that's fine. Warlib Jenkins, same. Usage, use this node as much as possible. That is what we require. Okay, launch method is okay, launch agent via SSH. I can configure. So what I can do is, because we have the AWS key also, so you can see this credential section. So let's do it first. So let's configure this credential section. So for that one, we can go to Jenkins, right click on Jenkins, open it in another page, go to the credential section. This is on the left side, you can see credentials. Go here, click on Jenkins, global credentials. So I can add credential. I will select the SSH username with private key. Awesome. And yeah, scope is fine. ID I can give any. ID I can give slave credentials. Okay, username is EC2 user and EC2 user, and the private key is add. I will add it here, so I can quickly go to the so I can quickly go to my I will access the AWS key.pem. So this is a PEM file. I will access it quickly. I mean, I will just copy it from here. You can copy it like this. Copy. Go here, paste it. Simple. And then because there is no password, I have set it up for this. Okay. Fine. So EC2 user. I can go here now For this to be available here, I need to refresh it. Continue. Reload. Awesome. So it's now refreshed. I need to set up the directory again, var lib Jenkins. Okay. Slave 01. Use is not, everything will remain same. Now I am giving here the host. Host is this one. Host is this one. Credential would be here, easy to use. This is the credential I will going to use, and then see it very carefully. I'm going to use this manually trusted key verification strategy. I selected this, and that is fine. Okay, that is fine. Keep this agent as much as possible. Save it. Now it will fail initially because it will look for the Java JDK. So I am going to install the Java JDK on this machine also. On this machine, so we need to install the Java JDK quickly there. I will copy it, and then I can quickly go to that same machine. So new tab, again ssh-i downloads, and then I have AWS key, EC2 user at this, yes, and I have the command to install this one too, Java JDK, sudo yum install, okay, y. So same thing I would do for the second machine also, and I can be able to configure it. So it's done. I can come back here. Now the next thing I can do is let me go here again, click on it, launch agent now. So it's saying, well, it does not exist. Awesome, I know this. Okay, so what I can do is I can come here. Okay, yeah, so see it carefully guys here. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to create cd. I'm going to go inside var lib mkdir var lib Jenkins. Okay, so for this one I will
On slave 2, you didn't install the Jenkins in there?
can you say again please?
So on the second slave machine, you didn't install the Jenkins, or you
No,
installed it?
no,
I didn't.
no, we that's what, if we install the Jenkins.
Hello.
Yeah, I got your question. Hello, Mahmudul, I got your question. So we
Okay.
do not, yeah, so we do not require the Jenkins to be installed on the second machine also, because then it will not serve our purpose. So it would be like Jenkins would be running on two machines. So it we do not require that. Jenkins would be running on one machine, and all the other machine would be which we will be configuring as a slave. Build would be running on there and not the Jenkins. So Jenkins, when you will trigger the job, it will just pick any slave machine. It will just run the build there. Simple.
So like a file server, right? It is just access the storage, no nothing else.
No, not as a storage. It is just a kind of a build agent machine where it will build it. It is
Okay,
just
okay,
now.
I got it.
Yeah, yeah. You'll see it here. Yeah. So what I'm going to do now is I first of all I will change my user to root, and then I will create the var. I will create the Jenkins folder here. Simple mkdir Jenkins. So Jenkins is here now. You can see uh, here. Now it have the access as root and root. So I will change the access or the ownership ch own Jenkins. So I'm saying that the user and the group would be Jenkins. The access would be Jenkins colon Jenkins for the Jenkins folder. Okay. So this user is not here. What I can do is okay. How it was. Okay. So I have done this, and then maybe I can change back to. Let me try this way. Okay. Exit from here, and then ls-l Jenkins. We have this as ec2. Okay, for now. Let me again. Oh, this is fine. I can go back to the nodes. Okay, so now I it's fine now. I think it has been launched. So what I can do is now you can see that it's not giving any error, so it's good. Okay, so now I can go back to my job, and I can build now. So I will trigger the build. It will start building, and it says building remotely in this, no credential specified.
So when you say build, then it will build on three machines, right? Master and two slaves.
No. I am building now. You can see that, current earlier it was building. Earlier it was till the three, build number three. It built on. Let me show you. It built on master. So building in
Okay.
workspace called is Jenkins. So it built on master, right? This one
Okay.
is
When
built
you
on master.
say that, yeah. Okay. Okay.
Now this build, though I do not have provided any specific information where to build this application, I simply have configured the nodes in the node section. So automatically it have taken now this agent as a build machine,
Okay. Okay.
right? Now this error is again the same error. I need to install the git here. So it is simple sudo yum install git. Oh, sorry. That is fine. Now I can just trigger it again. Build. So again, sorry. See here, Mahmudul. I have not given anything, any machine inside the this build, but it is building on the automatically it have taken. So it is now going on. So it automatically have taken this as a build machine. Now you can go here, if you can see here, you can see that Jenkins slave 01 is configured as one of the slave machine. The project is building here. Now it is now occupied, not idle. So what we can do is we can configure one more agent so that anyone who is using the same Jenkins who wants to build one more project or wants to trigger a job, that job would take the idle second idle machine and it will start building there. That's what I will show you now. I will use this one now. I will go inside same way. I will you know go inside this machine, ssh -i, and downloads aws key.pem ec2 user at. Guys, see it very carefully because it is very important. I am sure that now also you will be having problems configuring your slave machines seeing this video, but be very careful here. Ask questions, ask a lot of questions at this point of time, because this is very important part of the automation. Not everyone would be able to do this configuration which I am showing you on my screen. It is very important. So I will go inside the machine. I am configuring now the second slave. So now simple, first of all I will install the Java JDK the same way, this way. And see, now I'm showing you one more thing. If you want to run two commands in a one line, how you can do it using the and sign here, ampersand sign. So sudo again yum install git -y for taking yes automatically so that it will not prompt you. So it is done. Now I will do the same thing here also, like creating the warlib Jenkins. So first of all sudo -i to root, and then go to the directory warlib mkdir Jenkins, change the ownership chown ec2 user ec2 user Jenkins, exit from here, and that's all. Now I will configure this second instance also. Okay, so it's the same way, like I think it should be built by now. Yeah, it built successfully, you can see here. Now this agent is idle now because it's not building anything, so it is idle. I am going to configure one more same way. So it's here where it is nodes, and then new node, uh, copy from existing. I can do this one also. So it would be Jenkins slave 02. Okay, permanent, copy from existing. No, it would be permanent. Okay, I'll do all the settings again so that you will get good understanding again. So var lib Jenkins, use this node as much as possible. Okay, launch agents via SSH, that's what I require. Host is this. Credentials are already configured. Manually trusted key, this is what I require. And when I will save it, what it says, yeah, so you can see that now this is also up and running. So on
But
the left
you
side you
didn't
can see,
you didn't link the private key, but how it is connected by SSH?
can you say again please?
So you connect how it is connected because you didn't set up the public key for the slave 2.
No, so take this way. When I created this instance, I selected the PEM key, right? AWS-key.pem I selected, which was already existing.
On the primary machine, master machine, right?
No, 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 no. It's not about the machine. So whenever I have launched the instance here from here, I have chosen the AWS-key.pem, which means that whenever I want to try to log into the instance, any one of these three instances. If I
Mm.
use my same PEM key, I can be able to log in. So same thing I have done here also. So see carefully. I am on the same third machine, which is the second slave machine. How I logged in here is through the same way, like this way. -I AWS PEM, and the same thing I am giving in the credentials also. In credentials, I have given this as a user and PEM key as a as a private key.
Okay. So they will take it from here.
Yeah. So when you configure it here, like in the credential section, I have configured it like uh, if I say update, I have configured the username is EC2. So what is required to log on any machine? Two things. One is the
Oh,
username, second is
okay,
the
okay.
password.
You mentioned here,
Right?
so it will take from yeah. It will
Exactly.
take from.
So first of all, that's why I created the credentials here. So, yeah, that's why I am saying you. I'm asking everyone, be very careful. Whatever I am doing here, you will not be able to get very easily on the web also. You will see a lot of videos here and there, then it would be very see all the things at one place. That's why I ask a lot of questions to understand what I'm doing here. So what I've done here is, first of all, I have configured my credentials. So what is required? You tell me what is required to log on any machine. There are two things that are required. One is username, second is password. But here I'm saying is, I do not require the password. Rather, I will use my PEM key or the private key. So I have given the username and then the private key. That would be fine for me to log on any machine. Okay. So save it. Now coming here, the way I have configured the Jenkins, what I'm doing here is, I'm configuring the host, and the host would require the credentials. So I have configured the credential. I've given the credentials, and then after configuring few couple of more and things like use this agent as much as possible, or the strategy for trusted key verification, which is manual, and in this way I can be able to configure my two instances, 0102, this way. Now let's say I want to build my application on 02. Obviously, first of all, it will take the first one or maybe the second one. It will take randomly, it will take any of the machine. But intentionally, if I want to build it on any specific machine. So now let us see first of all how it will behave when I will again trigger it. So I'm going to trigger my project again, build now. So we can see here is it had taken 01 only. So this is good, but now I want it to take the slave 01 only. Sorry, slave 02, not the 01. So we'll see how it will behave. So it is going through the steps again. Okay, it is success now. So the same, it's a test Java project. So I am going inside the configure. I will click on configure. So there is a so there is an option here, restrict where this project can be run. So you select this one, and then you can tell here, which machine, which slave machine you want for this project to run. So I will say here, when I will start typing, it will give me all the options in the down. I can choose any one of those. So I am going to run it on slave 02. So whenever you select this one, it will give you one space. So just avoid that space, go backspace 1, and then okay. So it's Jenkins slave 02, and everything is already configured. I do not have to do anything. Save it. And before I trigger the build, I can show you here is if I go inside cd var lib Jenkins. So I have only two things here, remoting and remoting.jar. There would be not much inside the remoting, and we do not have to worry about it. So it's fine. Currently there are two things. Now whenever I will trigger the build now, I click build now. Awesome, it started, and I can show you here. Click on it. So you can see that the build has started now on the Jenkins slave 02. So this is here you can see that it's now started on slave 02, and it started building the application the same way. So if I do ls-l here now, you will see workspace directory is created here. If I go inside it, you will find uh, test Java project. If I go inside it, you will find all the required files here. Same thing. So guys, understand this. Take a moment. What we'll do is we came very so till now we have done a very good job. We have configured our machines. We configured the Jenkins master. We configured the slave machine. We built it on the master. Then we built it on the and then we configured in such a way where whenever I will start build, it will never run on the master. It will run on the idle slave node machines. So take a moment. Let us take a break of 5 to 7 minutes. It's very interesting. All very interesting things we are doing here. So take a break of like 5 to 7 minutes, and we will gather again in 5 to 7 minutes to see it forward. So Josna, I just saw your ping. So that's all. That's good. Like you joined today because we are doing very interesting topic today. So
Yeah.
we start. Yeah, we started with the Jenkins, and
Yes.
first of all, we configured it. We installed the Jenkins on the Jenkins master, and the first thing I have done is to create the three machines, three EC2 instances,
Okay.
which is not required for you. What you can do is you can just create one Jenkins master and one Jenkins slave one.
Okay. Master and slave is fine.
Not two Jenkins slave, because it is just to show you. Like you can see here now,
Mm-hmm.
uh, we have we have three. Okay, go here. We have three machines that are available to take up your build load. So we have two slave machines configured. So whichever will be idle, it will take up the build.
Okay.
So same thing we have done, but you guys, you can practice with the two node and one master. That's fine, but you can also practice with the one slave machine. So
Okay.
we have installed the Jenkins on the Jenkins master. We installed all the plugins, and
Mm-hmm.
then require a initial password. We have given initial password, and then we have, we saw it running up and running on the port number 8080.
Okay.
So this is the application, simple Java based application. We call it Jenkins, and it's running on port 8080.
Mm-hmm.
This is the default port. And then we created new Java project here. We configured it, like first of all checking out the source code here, and then simple we also have configured the Maven also, and
Mm-hmm.
then giving simple targets clean install. And when we build this application, it is building fine. So till now it's building fine. So just lately, I have shown you.
But
I have,
I'm completely new to this Maven and all the things, Jenkins
yeah.
and
So
the Docker.
no, Docker we did not have started for
Yeah,
now.
but then I'm completely new to this all these topics.
Yeah.
Okay.
No problem. No problem. I'm here only. So what you can do is, I will share the recordings today. You
Mm-hmm.
just go through the recording, and if you think that because this is all very, very important thing, nobody will going to tell you all the things at a one place.
Okay.
Obviously, it is all there on the web, but you will have to search a lot of things, different videos to have it on the same place.
Mhm.
So no problem. I'm here. If you think that you are not able to understand, just ping me your question, or the next day I can be able to tell you again. That's not a problem.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
but after going through the video, just practice. Just start installing the Jenkins on your Ethereum instances. Start installing the nodes. Build this application, and collect all your questions so that I can be able to answer all those.
Okay.
Yeah. So let us take a quick break of 5 to 7 minutes, and in the meantime, you will gather your thoughts. Just ask questions, and then so we'll meet again in 5 to 7 minutes, guys. Okay, guys, so back again. So, so guys, let me know if you have any question till now. And so that means that you know it's all good, or you want to practice it first before asking any question? Okay, that's no problem. But please configure everything what we have practiced today. Today's session is very important. It's a kind of launching pad for the further sections, and it will build your understanding about the CI/CD pipeline. And please go through, practice it everything. So what I can do for you is, uh, so this is the command that you can use to quickly install your. So there are two things. So since it's a Java project, definitely it requires the Maven. And again, it's a Java project, so it requires the Java also installed on it. Plus, since Jenkins is also a Java based application, so you require the Java JDK again. So to quickly install Java JDK on the machine, you can use this option. I mean, you can use this command. I have pinged here. So you can use this option and then install your Java JDK. And for Maven installation, do not go on the box to install or configure Maven. What I have done is you can do the same thing for now. Go to the Jenkins, manage Jenkins, manage plugins. For not manage plugins, but come back. Go to global tool configuration, and here you can see Maven, Maven installation. So what I've done, I have given any random name here, and I'm saying that install automatically, install Maven 3.6.3 automatically on the target machine wherever my build would be running. And then after configuring here in the global tool configuration, you can go inside your project, configure here. What you can do is you can simply, first of all, you can simply select the invoke top level Maven targets. I can do this for you again. And here, once you configure this Maven in the global tool configuration, this option you will start seeing here. Select the Maven 3, give the targets here like the way I've given here, and that's all. Then save it and then run it. So one thing I have done is I have restricted this build to be running on this machine, which I do not require anymore. And then you can build your job. So this is one way of doing it. um, Again, I will ask for any question. So if any one of you have any question, please ask me. uh, Whenever you will be practicing so today you must be practicing all this session. Whenever you come across any issue, just directly email me. And today I will be going back and forth to see my emails. So whenever I will get any one of your question, I will respond straight on that time only. So just to reiterate again on the for today's session, I have created two machines, one for Jenkins master, two for Jenkins slave. It is just the naming convention I'm giving here, master and slave. What I'm doing inside this machine is on this Jenkins master I have installed the Jenkins. And it's by configuring the repositories, going to the jenkins.io download page. Once you install the Jenkins, start it. After starting, you can be able to access it on 8080 port. After going through all the steps that I've mentioned, you will be having your Jenkins up and running for your to configure the jobs. Then configure the job, and inside it you need to configure many other plugins, many other tools also. I have already told you. Then in the Jenkins slave machine, what I've done is very important. What I've done here is I went to Jenkins, manage Jenkins, then manage nodes. For now, you can see here multiple like you three nodes available. So if you want to add one more node here, simple new node, you need to give the a name here, permanent. Then you need to, after giving the name, this OK button will be enabled. You can see here OK. Then after that one, you need to give all the required details and configuration for the slave machine. And if you have given all the configuration, based on your configuration, if you have given them correctly, you can be able to see the node being part of the so I can go here, being part of this swarm here. You can be able to see your node here without any red cross. And then after you configured your slave machine successfully, then you can be able to build your application on slaves automatically. So whenever you trigger the build, it will automatically start on any one of the available node machine. Okay, so this is one thing. Now I'm going to show you um, my Jenkins. I mean the Jenkins which I am using in my organization, Jenkins dot this one. Okay, so I can go here to Jenkins, manage nodes, where it is, manage files, manage nodes and clouds. So for my environment, you can see that I have close to these 20 machines that are running as a slave machine, and whenever anyone who triggers the build, the build will start running on any one of the slave machine, available slave machine. So for that one, what we have done the same thing. We created the instance through the so these are all the on-prem machines. We have created these instances on-prem, and then there's a normal. So we have an Ansible playbook. We need to execute on this slave machine so that it will be having Java JDK, and we require Python also. That it would be having Python, and then it will configure all the SSH keys and everything so that it will work with the with the Jenkins master. So if I go here, if I configure it, so all these details are already here. So you can see, like, I've given this only build jobs with the label expression matching this node. So all this I have given. So that Ansible role for Jenkins, it will set up the machine, and then you can add this machine here. Perfect. So guys, I can move ahead on the Jenkins, but I do not want to move ahead because I want you to practice this only, whatever. So you can see that, uh, one of it started. Okay. So what I want is you to just start working on this one. Today you will work on it, and then tomorrow I'll show you more things on it. Like, I will show you how you can create the pipeline through the Jenkins file. So how you can create the pipeline, and then I will show you how you can. So today we saw that we created the game of life.war file. Now we need to deploy that on the Apache server. So tomorrow we will just spin up one Apache server on one of the EC2 instance, and we will deploy this on that machine, and then you can see that your application is up and running. Whenever you build it, you deploy it, and then you can be able to see all your changes. So in a one click, it would be, we will try to make a complete pipeline so that you will code something, and then you can be able to see your changes on the target machine. That would be very interesting, and you would be having good amount of understanding, guys. Let me tell you, I'm very honest in these terms. You will be having great amount of understanding, please practice everything which we have done today. Tomorrow we'll be doing a lot of other interesting things which will definitely going to uh, build your confidence, and which will definitely give you the chance to talk technically to anyone who asks about the Jenkins. Saying these words again, I have a question, guys. So if any one of you want to ask anything, please ask here. So just a question to you, Priyanka, because last time you told me that the pace is somewhat a bit faster for you to replicate the same commands on your machine. So is it going fine now?
Today's session was quite new for me, so it is still, I still feel that it's fast because everything is new and the terminology is like there are so many terms you're using, it's like completely new. So I'm just wrapping my mind, I would say. But maybe like I'll have to practice a lot because I'm completely new and I have a gap, so that also matters, I guess.
Yes. So stop thinking this way that you are a new. Now you are not a new. Don't think that way, because the only thing I can tell you is that I am here. I'm here for everyone. Like, whenever you came across any question, just ask me, no problem. In the sessions also, stop me and ask me. Don't wait for me to ask you that question, and that will, because once you are get rid of your question, I mean, once you got your all the answers, then only you can be able to move forward swiftly. So ask question. That's why I ask, time and again, ask questions here. So and you will build your understanding for the questions also whenever you will practice thoroughly whatever. So now we are going to, so going forward on, what I'm going to tell you is that going forward there would be a lot of practical sessions. So everything would be practical. So because all throughout my session I stress less on the theory would be only for that purpose, like, which is required. Most stress always is on the practical, because practical will give you greater understanding uh, about the technologies, how you can configure. So today we saw that I configured the slave, and when I configured the slave, I got error initially, like the word leave Jenkins directory was not there. But if I will create the word leave Jenkins directory, then definite, because it's my experience, so it will give me the user error. So what I've done is I sudo to the root, I created the directory, and I changed the ownership, and then it went fine. So same thing, you practice it a lot. So I will definitely try to uh, be a bit slow, not very fast. So, but you practice also at the same time.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, sure. So any question from anyone, guys? Okay, so well, now one thing I expect from you is, whatever we have done till now, please, I know that you already have practiced everything. If you don't have practice, please practice, and take the screenshot. It's simple. Take the screenshot and upload it to your GitHub repo. And on the GitHub also, please do one thing, create the folders, the session or the technology specific folder. Like, we started with the Linux, then we started with the Git. Today we are doing Jenkins, and later on we will be starting with the AWS. Then we will start with the Ansible, Terraform, Docker, Kubernetes, Azure. So please create folders, and wherever you will be practicing, take the screenshot and upload those screenshots specific to the technology. And then please let me know also, just email me that you have uploaded the your assignments, and same thing I can be able to forward to the training team also. So I will go through it, I will share my feedback also, and I'll share the same with the training team. So okay, for today, guys, I hope you enjoyed this session. Please practice, you will enjoy more when you practice.
Yes.
And tomorrow we'll meet again at the same time on the same link with more practical things to do. I will share the recordings after this session. So thank you for joining this session today. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Sure. Thanks.